What we're really here for is to talk about AI, and I think all of us have been using AI for many years. Just a couple examples of how we've been doing that. The top left-hand side, Nest thermostat. Some of you may have other thermostats that learn from your settings. But with a Nest thermostat, if you wake up every morning for the first week of using it, it remembers when you turn it up. So what time it was or when you turn it down. It knows from your smartphone data when you're leaving the house, and obviously when you come back into the house and when you go to bed to keep it cool. So to understand your preferences, you're feeding it data, and it is learning from that and setting the temperatures or the modes correctly to either make sure that you're warm, make sure that you're cool, or to make sure that you're saving money based on energy consumption. So just one example of how we've all been using AI for many years. On the bottom left is Amazon, and we've all heard about or all seen, hey, company customers that buy this product also buy these products too. And it's not just a simple algorithm. What that's doing is going through millions of purchases, and it's finding out not just the product, it's looking at not just the data of the product you're buying today or yesterday, but the data of all other customers that buy similar products to you throughout your history of using Amazon. So all that great data, it's learning the preferences of everybody else that's bought similar things and making recommendations, cross-sell, upsell type recommendations to increase sales for Amazon and to provide a service to you, if you think of it that way. So that's kind of an advertisement tool based on data that's using AI. Top right is Uber. I'm not sure if you've ever been in a rainstorm in New York City or in Boston, or you were not in a rainstorm and it was, perfectly clear day. The Uber was $50 to get to the airport. All of a sudden it starts downpouring and now it's $110. So it's not an army of people waiting for a storm or watching the weather. It's actually AI watching what's going on with other applications that now say it's raining or data on the web, and it updates that price in real time, as well as when things get busier, like a lot of people call for an Uber at once from the same location. So supply and demand there. And then the bottom right is Google Maps. We've all been putting data into Google Maps, especially as it connects to Waze. And if you report that a police officer on the side of the road, you'll get alerts to slow down. There's a speed trap, but you'll also get alerts when there's unfortunately an accident or a traffic jam, and it will reroute you based on all the data it has in its system, knowing how many other people are on the road at that time, as well as how many Google users are on the road at that time going that direction, so it knows to reroute you, which is another example of AI. And that last example is really doing what we've all seen AI do over the last couple of years, which is to save us all time, right? So if we can get to our destination 15 minutes faster, I think we all would appreciate that rather than being stuck in traffic. And one of AI's big promises is to save time. So, and that's what Chat GPT has really highlighted over the last couple of years. Has OpenAI, Chat GPT, and other similar large language models and generative AI solutions have come to market and been widely usable by all of us. So, one example of that is job descriptions. And if I just go into Copilot on my Windows computer and I type in, for example, create me a job description for a quality control specialist in aerospace and defense manufacturing company that will ensure compliance for CMMC, NIST, and DFARS, it'll think for a second, but then it will spit out a job description that I could post right into Indeed or LinkedIn for recruiting purposes. That's pretty close to what I would have taken a half an hour to an hour to write, or you would have taken a half an hour to an hour to write. So again, saving time. And also maybe putting some things in there that you might not have considered. You do the same thing with marketing content. It could give you ideas on writing blogs, writing marketing content, doing SEO type things. So just other examples of how it could save you time, sales script, business plans. You could actually go into there and say things like, hey, I'm starting a business. Here's my business plan. These are the competitors. What am I not thinking about, or what am I not considering? So you could do things like that, and maybe it might spit out something or respond with something that you may not have considered that would be good to have in your business plan. Travel plans, another thing ChatGPT could do. We went to Ireland a couple of years ago, and we wrote that we have 7 days in Ireland. We don't want to see this, this, and this. We want to see this, this, and this, and we want to spend 2 days here. And it created the itinerary, day to day, time to time, when I should leave, right through ChatGPT. So another example of it saving time. And then chatbots. Google has a tool from Chatbase, which is a chat robot or chatbot that you can plug into your website that reads all your web content. And when you ask it a question, it will ask a question based on the context of having all that data in the website in mind. So again, all of these things are saving you quite a bit of time. And this is all using what's widely available on the World Wide Web, or otherwise stated public data. So you've probably heard that data is the new oil, or data is the new gold. But really, when it comes to having a competitive advantage in manufacturing and distribution over the next 2, 5, 10, 20 years, it's your data that will be the new oil or the new gold. And what I mean by your data is the data that's in your private systems that you can mine through an AI tool to provide competitive advantage. And we'll start going through a couple examples of that in a moment. And we're seeing these trends. And if you're looking at this Gartner data from a few years ago in 2019, average number of AI ML projects deployed, per company per year, 4 in 2019, now 35 in 2022. The reason why that is increasing is the cost to do AI and ML projects was really prohibitive for small and to medium-sized businesses. It was really that technology and the cost of the expertise and all of those things was really only made possible due to that barrier of entry, that cost barrier of entry for large Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 companies. But over time, that cost in the tools that are available now make it available for any size company. And down the bottom right, it states that 59% of all respondents to this survey have a AI deployed today. So if we're looking at how do I get involved with AI, know that your competitors are starting to use AI and they will be using it in the future.